Blog Talk Radio.
There is a mystery lurking the forested areas of the world. Many have seen something, but what is it? Are they seeing known animals? They claim they walk upright, like a human. There are so many eyewitnesses. Can they all be wrong? Is someone just playing a trick on people? Or is it possible a large bipedal being could exist in the forests of the world? You have a decision to make. Do you believe it exists? These are the topics we discuss on Sasquatch Watch Radio. Welcome everyone to another episode of Sasquatch Watch Radio. Today is November 19th, 2013. We've got a great show for you tonight. Before we get to our guest tonight, let me get the great co-host, the Creature Seeker, in here with us.
Hey, Billy.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I am doing just fine. So we've got a great show for them tonight. Going to talk about a premiere movie that's coming up that hopefully folks will get a chance to go and check it out. And just as a side note, real quick, we would like people to let us know what you think about our new logo. Well, we've got it up on Facebook, on the Facebook page and some other areas. I haven't had a chance to change it everywhere else yet, but we certainly want to hear your feedback on it and go from there. So how's things up in the northern states tonight there, Creature?
It's getting colder. It's going to be not too long before I have to put the bikes away. And that's
I thought you already did that.
Well, no, I've got 7 bikes, so I started putting them away, but not finished that project yet. Plus, I'm still holding out that we might get a couple of good days left of riding.
Well, you might. I know we had a pretty warm day here yesterday. I think it got up close to 70 yesterday. So,
sweet.
Of course, you know what I was busy doing. So
what were you doing?
Restoring a crashed computer and stuff. So, yeah, thrill. But anyway, all right, let's get, we've got Ryan with us, and we've got Eric Altman with us. How are you doing tonight, Ryan?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Hey, Ryan.
Doing good. And how about you, Eric? How are you tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you guys doing tonight?
Hey, it's Eric Altman.
Hey, Bruce.
How you doing?
How are you, Bruce?
I speak so highly of you on the show. I'm glad you could join us.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, before we went on the air, I was telling Bruce, I thought of him so much yesterday when I was at Kmart, and I seen all the blow-up furniture there. If anyone's ever going camping with Bruce, he has this luxury line of blow-up couches and chairs. It's very nice.
Hey Ryan, I don't get my furniture at Kmart, okay?
Well, I thought of you though. I'm like, that would look really good in Bruce's tent. That blow up recliner.
Oh man, Bruce in his tent, I swear.
It's a condo tent.
Yeah, pretty much. That's about what it is. So Ryan, you've got the movie premiere coming out, Mountain Devil: The Search for Frank Peterson.
Yes.
Tell us, this ain't your first go around on movie making. So what got you into making movies?
Yeah, but Billy, this is Ryan's first like non-X-rated movie.
Right. Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Right. I could use my real name for this film.
Oh, okay.
Not my aliases, which was nice. You know, that was the first step. I've always been making films since I was in high school. Did a lot of horror movies, and over the years you just kind of get tired of beating the same drum. So I really wanted to kind of do something different. So Mountain Devil kind of was my first chance to do more documentary style work, which was so refreshing and enjoyed every bit of it.
Good. Now, how'd you get involved with Eric? Did you join the PBS? Is that how you two got together there? Or? I
met Eric back in 2005 when I was doing research to do a Bigfoot film. I met Denny and Colleen from Pennsylvania Research Organization, and I kind of got started with them, and they introduced me to Eric. And at the time, I started doing some documentary work with them, and then I just kind of stopped because I didn't feel there was enough there to do a story. And
you must have been in Clearfield County, Ryan.
Yeah, we were all Clearfield, yes. Yes, it was all Clearfield, Bruce.
Yeah.
So they introduced me to Eric, and a few years ago, Eric and I just started talking about, just shooting more stuff and see what came out of it.
I'll tell you.
Clearfield.
Yeah.
It was up in Clearfield, yeah.
Hey Ryan, so the name of the movie is was it Mountain Devil: The Search for Frank Peterson? Now Frank Peterson is a made up character, right? It's not based on a true story, right?
It's based on a true case. So actually Dave Rupert and I were looking into at one point. I couldn't use the guy's real name due to he wouldn't let me, and he's dead. So, and the family wouldn't let me. But originally, when we started doing the film, I was going to do it based on the book. I forget the name of the book. Eric, do you remember the book? No, Eric doesn't remember. Okay, anyway, we couldn't get the rights to the book.
It's by Jan Clement.
Yeah, but the publisher wouldn't work out a deal with us, so we kept shooting documentary stuff, and at the same time, Rupert and I came across this case in Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania, which is right next to Clearfield, about a guy who shot a Bigfoot and on his deathbed told his family the whole story. So it was a pretty intriguing story. We got as much details as we could about the story, and we had interviews set up with some of the family members, but a lot of them kind of dropped out or didn't want nothing to do with it or wouldn't return phone calls or would cancel meetings with us. So we pieced together what we could, what we knew about the case, to add into the film.
Do they know that Eric was working with you on that?
No, they didn't.
Right.
They didn't.
That might have been a reason why they did that.
Well, I thought Dave Rupert's name was enough to carry me through everything, but it didn't.
Honestly, though, Ryan, I think the search for Frank Peterson sounds a lot better than the original guy's name. I don't think the movie would have the same impact if it was called The Search for Martin Yanowitz.
True. It's a catchy little phrase, yeah. Frank Peterson, good name.
Yeah, so we could have always called it The Search for Dave Rupert because he likes to walk in circles in the woods, from our understanding.
Yeah, we're still looking for him. Yes. Yeah.
He's always half a mile from the car.
Yeah. He still licks his thumb and puts it up in the air for knowing direction. Thinks the wind does something. I don't know what that does really, but I let him do it. It's kind of funny to watch him do it.
Well, he probably
He's
watches.
my buddy, so I can tease him.
He probably watches the jet stream early in the morning and figures it doesn't change directions. You know, figure it out. Oh gosh. So now this you're doing this. Well, tell everybody where they can go, when, what time, and where you're doing the premiere.
The premiere will be in Clearfield at the Cast Community Theater. It is at 7 o'clock. Doors open at 6. Tickets are $6, and you can buy the film there and get to meet all the Bigfoot researchers and people of the PBS as well. So come on down, have a good time.
All right,
Bruce can fly
They get to meet the PBS members. You know, you guys should be paying the attendees.
We thought about it, but you know, it's just not as fun to take their money.
You got Dave doing the kissing booth?
Actually, we have a special with Dave. You can stroke his beard if you'd like for $10.
Oh wow!
Or get an autograph of his beard, which is $15, which is a really great deal.
Oh wow!
So
that would be great.
Yeah. Now, Ryan,
so
the movie's based on some real life. So you can't tell us the guy's name, right? But
right.
What events is the movie based off of? So the guy lived out in the woods, and strange things happened, right? The real guy.
The real guy actually had a cabin in the Phillipsburg area. Him and his buddy, he had seen some odd occurrences in the area, footprints, dead animals within miles of the cabin. Him and his hunting buddy were there one night, had rocks thrown at them, were kind of terrorized by something they didn't know. This happened over a course of several kind of months and years, actually. So the guy ended up shooting what he thought was a bear until he got up on it and realized it wasn't a bear. It had human features. And according to the details we got about the story, that the guy ended up burying it because he didn't know what he shot. And he lived with this until on his deathbed, told his family and told close personal friends of his what happened, what he did. And to this day, it's still buried there. No one really knows where it is. Wow. I thought that was the most intriguing story I've heard about Bigfoot in my own backyard, which is even better yet. So,
it's like
and the
Ape
guy.
Canyon.
What's that?
So it's like Ape Canyon, except out on the East Coast.
Yeah, it's very similar. And actually, the guy that we got some of the information from is actually an ex-cop. So there's hopefully some truth to it a little bit. He was the one we really pursued to try to do more interviews, or at least get an interview. And he just wouldn't at times. He'd set them up and then he'd cancel them, and then we would get tidbits of the information from him through phone conversations. But it was pretty solid. Something happened, and we just kind of put together the best we could of the information we had.
Now, Eric, what part do you play in the movie?
I play the part of Dave Rupert.
Oh, how'd you do that? You're not short enough
my
to play
goatee
Dave.
really long.
You're not short enough to play Dave Rupert.
So basically, Eric wandered around in the woods for the entirety of the movie.
Pretty much. I had to grow my goatee really, really long. It took months of preparation. I play myself in the. As far as I know, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I believe I play myself in the movie.
Okay.
Most of the time.
Which is a lot of work on my part, but.
All right. Well, we've got.
So Ryan, were you at all influenced by movies like The Legend of Boggy Creek or The Creature from Black Lake, or when you were putting this together, did you have any of those in mind, or were you just trying to make basically a documentary?
I've seen all those films, and I wanted to do more of the documentary, more based on the people that do the work and got out in the field, and they're doing this on their own dime every weekend, going out, finding researching themselves, and I felt that was more of a heavy it's something that hadn't been seen before. You know, of all the Bigfoot films out there, no one's really done a documentary on the people out there doing the work and the evidence that is found and the experiences that these people have. And I thought that was more interesting than a bad B movie.
Well,
but
I
added a bad B movie in there.
You know why that is, Ryan, don't you?
I'm dying to know, Bruce.
Well, because most of those researchers are crazy as Fruit Loops.
Then that makes for great entertainment.
That's for sure. Well, let's see real quick who we got holding on the line here at the 814 area code. 814, you're on the air.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, who's
Dave?
this?
It's Dave Rupert.
Rupert. Yeah.
That's Dave Rupert, my buddy Dave Rupert. He found his way out of the woods.
I was just
Hey!
to let you guys know that I took that $10 or $15 fee that Ryan was talking about, and I've knocked it down for the premiere only to $3.50. Now the bad part is there's only going to be 5 copies given out of my beard print.
Yeah, but Dave, the worst part is you're still overcharging people at $3.50.
I think that's a steal. People should jump on that.
I believe so. Thanks, Ryan. I knew that would go right over Bruce's head. He's just mad because he'll never measure up to me.
Dave, you and I are the same height, you freaking jackass.
Oh, God.
I didn't tell you, did Ryan tell you that, they put me into the movie kind of to bring the sexy into it, you know what I mean, the sex appeal.
Quite a lot, yeah.
For what, other Sasquatches?
You have to appease the housewives 50 and up.
Well, yeah. I put on my tight pants.
Yeah. And they were tight. We had to grease them up.
Y'all better be careful. You're starting to make me not want to see the movie.
No, I passed that point about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, gosh.
So Ryan, basically, without giving too much away about the movie, do you have scenes that involve Frank Peterson, and do you have an actor who plays Frank Peterson, or is this just, does he ever, does the character ever appear in the movie, or is this just kind of like you guys talking about Frank Peterson?
I had actors reenact scenes that we felt happened at the cabin, and we were able to get some VHS tape of Frank, so we got to see a little bit of who this person really was.
How'd you get that VHS tape?
Hey, you got ways. Sometimes you gotta do things for the sake of art, and you just do it. So
he can't tell you all the trade secrets.
It took a lot of kissing ass.
They don't want to release. They don't want to release the guy's name, but hey, here's a home movie.
Well, it's him younger, so you're not going to really recognize. You're really not.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you'd never, you'd never put A and B together, to be honest, unless I told you just like I did now. So.
What was the hardest part about making this movie, Ryan? This isn't your first rodeo, I understand, but when you're making a movie, is it just really hard to keep focused? And considering the cast of characters you had to work with, that must have been really difficult as well.
The toughest part was that it took like 3 years to make, because documentary work, almost, because documentary work, you could go out in the field and most of the time nothing ever happened. So, we're out there constantly filming. Well,
you got to go someplace other than Clearfield County, Ryan.
Dave and Eric can vouch that there's a lot going on up in our county.
I'll vouch for it.
So.
Gary.
I'll vouch for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi. Carrie Rupert.
One thing I think that something we might be forgetting to mention is all the proceeds, are, like as far as like the money that you pay to get into the show, is going to the theater.
Yeah.
donated back. So I just wanted to point that out
and
to help
trust
him.
me, that theater could use that $42.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, every bit helps, Bruce.
Every bit. We just had more action in Clearfield, Bruce. You're just afraid to come this way because
I have been to Clearfield
you're missing
County
out, buddy.
so many times, and there's nothing going on in Clearfield County. How many times have I been out there with you guys? There's nothing going on out there.
We just had something come in like this week.
Oh, really?
So beat that.
Well, what came in?
I can't talk about it right now.
Oh, that's a cop out.
It's confidential.
You can't even say what came in?
Huh?
More
you can't even say what
found.
came in?
We had
a Godzilla sighting.
No, not a Godzilla sighting. No, it was actually a girl I work with, someone that she knows. They have our card for legend hunters because she came to me. They were really concerned. They had something thrown at them out at their barn, and they also saw something huge and can't explain what it was. It was an animal on, that was on two legs, and they did find prints. So we were pretty excited about looking into that. So, and that just happened. So that's all I have on that so far. But this area is the same area last year around this time that there was horses killed out there, and like brutally killed, where they can't explain what got to them. So that's exciting.
How were they killed? Why was it brutal? How were their deaths brutal?
They were in the barn. No. Hey, you know what, Ryan? Tell him I can cook.
I've seen her use the toaster.
You did not. I made you dinner. That's the last time you were eating at my house.
Well, wait. Dave made me dinner.
Anything but that, Terry.
Didn't we have steak salads?
I thought
Ryan?
Dave made those.
No, Dave doesn't do anything. He can't cook. That's why I have to try.
That's a trait that runs in the family, believe me.
I have to try. That's why I have to try. But anyways, yeah. I just wanted to, I'm sorry, I'll let you guys go back to discussing. I just wanted to call and say hey.
No, thanks for calling in, Carrie.
Okay, thanks. Talk to you later.
Bye, Carrie.
Bye. So, trust me, there's nothing going on in Clearfield County. I mean, just talking about, horses dying and stuff like that, there's nothing going on there.
All right, Eric, go ahead and set Bruce straight. I mean, you're the PBS, damn it. Set him straight.
There's nothing going on in Clearfield County.
I knew it. And thank you for finally being truthful.
Well, it's the only way we're going to get you out of Clearfield County. So, once you're out of Clearfield County, we can get back to normal and do our normal research.
Yeah, your normal research are going out to the same starry patch of woods where you'll never see a Bigfoot because there aren't any out there.
Oh, I'm still on here, by the way.
Oh, how did that happen?
Tell them about the rock throwing.
Bruce is the one that was taking pictures of twigs on the ground, all tangled up.
Dave, you were the one who told me to take pictures of those twigs, because you thought they were put there by a Bigfoot.
You thought he was sitting on the ground weaving back.
And it wasn't chasing after it.
Well,
remember that?
I didn't know what it was, Eric.
Yeah,
I just wanted to see it.
That's the fastest I ever seen Bruce that ran. There wasn't even a stake at the other end. He was just going.
Well, somebody yelled free steak, and that's why he ran.
Yeah, what it was I heard something walking around. I couldn't see what it was, so I took off into the woods just because I wanted to catch a glimpse of it, and of course, there's nothing there.
Bruce, you're not going to be able to see anything bolting through the woods It sounded like a herd of elephants trampling out through there. You're going to scare everything away.
Dave, there's nothing to scare away. What am I going to scare away? Raccoon?
I gotta admit, that was the fastest I've ever seen you run, Bruce, aside from a Ponderosa dinner.
I said to Altman, hey, Altman, boy, look at that hobbit move.
Wow. You know, the thing is, Dave was in a grumpy mood because there are no bridges for him to live under.
That was a good one.
So anyway, back to the movie. So Ryan.
Yes.
So it took you 3 years to put this together, right?
Right.
Now, did you have a script? Did you have a storyboard? Or did you just you looked at all your footage and say, okay, here's how it best fits together?
We storyboard a lot of the stuff with Frank Peterson. That whole segment was storyboarded out and scripted out. The rest of it was all documentary work, which I kind of pieced it together through. Here's all the material we had with about footprints. Here's all the stuff we had about tree stackings. Here's with wood knockings, rock throwing. We just kind of pieced it together per section and just kind of looped it in with the story. So it was a different way of filmmaking for me because usually you use a script. This was completely new, and you just kind of went with it, really.
Now, you worked with Dave Rupert and Eric Altman, so you must have a blooper reel.
There's 25 hours of videotape, and I had to cut it down to an hour and a half, so the rest of it is basically bloopers. I mean, I could do a DVD series.
Were there any interesting stories or any, funny things that happened during the filming of the movie that you didn't expect?
The rock throwing to this day freaks me out. That whole story of Dave and I out in that field and having rocks thrown at us, to this day, I can't explain what that was, walking through the woods. And Dave can even tell the story. I mean, I think that was probably the only night we've ever been out, but I was kind of freaked out and was ready to go.
All right, so somebody tell the story, either you or Dave. And Dave, English, please.
Do you want to tell the story, Dave?
I don't care. Do you want me to tell the story?
If you remember it, go ahead.
We went up to Clearfield in an area that was had a history of activity, whether it would be from witnesses or just personal experiences through the PBS. Me and Eric spent a lot of time up there and had a lot of things happen to us up there, so we just continued on with the research. And me and Ryan decided one night that we were going to sit in the middle of a field of a clearing. And the reason being for we decided on the middle is because if something actually is going to be thrown at us, at least we can roll out anything falling from the trees because we're so far away from all the trees and away from the tree line and stuff. So we sat there for a good portion of the night without anything happening. And it wasn't. It was about middle of the night when we started hearing something going out around us. And actually, we had something come through the treetops and land in the middle of that field, right behind us, right behind our chairs. We looked around to see what it was. We couldn't find out what it exactly was, but then as that something that was going around us, actually, like it was stumbling, it tripped over just loud breaks, branch breaks and stuff like that, like it tripped over something, and then just kind of moved on from there. It was just a really interesting night.
But after it left, we never had anything else happen. We did have some wood knockings earlier that wasn't too far from us. And after that, it left the area. We had nothing after that.
Yeah.
And it was less.
How do you know if it was a? How do you know if it was a rock thrown at you if you couldn't see what it was?
We don't. What I'm trying to say is we believe that something was thrown at us. What it was, we don't know because we couldn't find it. But what we was trying to do is get away from any chance of like acorns falling from the trees or any branches, anything like that. Another thing that was not happening that night, there was no wind blowing. So something was definitely, I believe, was thrown into that field.
And we say a rock because you could hear the object fly right over our head, and it was heavy. It made a loud thud when it hit. I don't know what else could have object. I mean, it had to be a rock. I don't know what else. I mean. Well,
Eric, did you sort of collaborate on it? What what it's like whenever you're up in that area when things are like that in that scenario happening like that. You can tell the difference between something just kind of flopping out of the tree from the wind, or something actually coming through the treetops and landed by.
There's definitely a difference. I mean, back in 2009, when we had gone up there on several occasions, and believe it or not, Bruce, we did actually have activity. It wasn't Clearfield at that time, but we had rocks thrown at us. Almost three weekends in a row, we would go up there, and we were trying to debunk it. We thought possibly it was acorns coming down from the trees, so we'd get acorns off the ground and throw them in the air and try to see if it would make the same sound as it did hitting the ground. And the rocks that were being thrown at us were coming through the trees at a horizontal angle rather than a vertical up and down from the trees. They were hitting the fence behind us. They were hitting trees, ricocheting off of trees. Dwayne Pintoff, who came up with us on one of the outings, actually wore a hard hat because he was afraid he was going to get hit in the head. And it only went on for that 3 weekends. And it didn't happen any time after that except for when Ryan and Dave were out in that field. But we've had some really, really weird experiences up there in those forests, not just Bigfoot related, but other strange anomalies have done it. Matter of fact, Bruce, you've seen something up in that field a couple of years ago as well.
Yeah, Bruce, why don't you tell us all about that?
I'm not sure what I saw, to tell you the truth. It was definitely strange. It looked like something biologic in nature, but I couldn't really tell. It was basically, I don't want to say it was an orb, but it was basically like a small orb. It looked kind of like a firefly, but I mean, that late in the season, they're not out. So,
and they don't stick on that long either.
Yeah, it was a fairly large, object that we saw, and it was moving in it seemed like in a fairly random pattern.
And
so what was it? I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, right, and we don't know what we saw either. It's not the first time that something like that's been seen up there. It's been witnessed by multiple people in that area, these weird lights in the tree. I have no explanation what they are, or if they are biological, or maybe it's swamp gas, or I don't know. But we've seen weird stuff like that. But the Bigfoot activity up there is so prevalent and so well known that, Bruce, there's a restaurant up there called Over the Mountain that's made itself the Bigfoot headquarters. And then down in the city of Clearfield, an artist actually sculpted a 12-foot tall statue of a Bigfoot. The PBS Dave was on the show Paranormal Paparazzi back in March of 2012 doing a segment on Bigfoot in Clearfield. So whether you believe it or not, there's actually been activity up there in Clearfield. I think it just tends to go away because it knows that you're coming to town.
Well, that, Bruce expects it to happen on, just on the spot. He's going to come up like a weekend out of the whole summer, and if Bigfoot don't make a noise or something don't happen, there's no Bigfoots. There's nothing there.
Dave, seriously. It's not like I've only been up there once. How many times have I been up there? Like at
Twice.
least 3 or 4 times. No, at least 3 or 4 times with you guys.
No. One time you came up, you broke a chair. The next time you came up and bitched a lot.
No, first of all, the broken chair was not my fault. That it was structurally defective. All right, and that was at the conference. That wasn't. That wasn't.
What was it? The same chair?
Billy, it was during your presentation. What do you mean?
It is so hilarious. No, but one time he broke a chair during a presentation. Then we in the middle of the woods, he breaks a chair. I think it was Eric's chair he broke.
No,
and
Eric's not that chair.
This is funny. You're listening to this. We went on a ghost hunt to Hillview Manor, and he sits on a chair there. We're trying to be serious and do EVPs, and crack, bang, boom. You look over, and there's Bruce sitting on the floor, and his chair is all busted up in there in the corner.
Now, Dave. All right, get the story straight. First of all,
no.
It was one of those folding camp chairs, the cloth ones, and what had happened was the cloth that came out of the came off of one of the metal poles. So it wasn't broken. It come off because Dave only buys the cheapest ass chairs that you can buy at Walmart.
The percussion on the floor was so loud that the other investigators with us said, "Did you hear that? I got something on my recorder. It's really interesting. There's great big bangs coming from upstairs." I said, "No, it's Bruce breaking his chair."
Yeah. No, the sound that you heard, Dave, was me cracking my tooth on that so-called barbecued pork that you brought. When I chewed on that number 5 bolt that was in the... It's his great-grandmother's recipe, number 5 bolt in the barbecued pork.
Maybe we should talk about the after party, Ryan.
I guess.
Go ahead. Tell them about the after party.
There'll be an
and
after
the
party
too.
But there's a pre-party and after party. After party's at Over the Mountain because that's where it all started. And the pre-party's at Denny's Beer Barrel where you can buy the biggest hamburger ever made. And we're betting that Altman can take it.
He will eat it.
He will eat it.
Whether he wants to or not, we will shove it down his throat.
It's not
Everyone
a
eats
Whopper.
for free then.
Hey, what are they trying to do, Eric? Are they trying to kill you?
I think so.
Didn't Willis do something?
Ryan has seen me eat a Whopper while driving my car, and now all of a sudden he thinks I can eat a 25-pound hamburger.
I seen him eat 3 Whoppers that day.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll put my money on it. I bet Eric could eat that.
A 25-pound hamburger?
All right, so what's the schedule? So there's the pre-party starts at when?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. And
Yeah.
then the movie premiere starts at when? What time?
Doors open at 6. Movie starts at 7. And
Really?
the after party.
Is people gonna be eating burgers for 4 hours?
Oh, no.
Well, we'd like a liquid diet in there too.
It's mostly
Okay.
just drinking
Yeah.
burgers.
Right.
All right, the number. Hey, Billy, just
Yeah.
for the record, the number 1 comment heard during the premiere of Ryan's movie will be, "You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law." Just keep this in mind.
Hey, Eric.
Yes, Carrie.
Eric. I think I should, cook up some burgers for our 2 guys here. What do you think?
I think you're a great cook.
I think I could make Dave and Ryan eat like 5 of my burgers, and then we'll see what happens to them.
Carrie, Carrie, if you cook any food for this event, it'll be worse than the Jonestown Massacre.
No, you know what?
Oh,
Well, that's like, I'm trying to help Eric out. They're like, "Oh, you can eat this big burger." Well, guess what? Eric, what do you think? I'll cook them up 5 burgers. We'll force it down their throat.
No. See if
take
Eric
pictures.
eats it. If Eric eats it there, we all eat for free.
Oh, is that so? You're sacrificing one person and their
No,
arteries so you can get free food?
He's being a team player.
I don't know. That's trouble with a capital T, right?
Yeah,
Well,
I think
yeah.
Eric's getting the rough end of the deal or something.
Yeah. I'm trying to help him out.
Bruce, just for the record, I stayed over at Dave and Carrie's house on several occasions, and Carrie has made breakfast for us, and it's been excellent. Carrie is an excellent cook.
Oh, you're so
sweet.
sweet.
I don't know what you're eating, Bruce. Maybe it's like the dog food that she put there for you, just because it's you. But her cooking is very good.
Thank you. And you know what? Bruce never ate my cooking. He won't eat it.
I do eat your cooking, Carrie.
You never tried it. You've never tried one bite, and I've made you things and tried to get you to try it.
It was burnt to a cinder. What part of it could I try? It was a lump of coal.
That was the first time, and I understand that. But how about the foil packs?
The foil pack. It was all vegetables.
I know. Why don't you eat vegetables, Bruce? They're good for you.
Yeah, it was inside.
That was funny.
He likes the green ones, Carrie. Make sure they're green.
Okay. We'll make your
Billy.
mama proud. We'll make your mama
Billy,
proud.
we're at a camp out. I've got a cooler full of steaks and sausages and burgers, and Carrie hands me a foil pack full of diced peppers and cabbage. Now, what are you gonna eat? You gonna eat the handbag full of silage, or are you gonna go to your cooler where you've got burgers and steaks waiting for you? Do you blame me?
There was burgers in there. There was hamburg in with the vegetables.
Carrie, there was very little meat in that. Very little.
I'm living on it. I'm not thin by all means.
The only protein in that foil pack that you handed me was whatever insects got in there by accident.
I don't know.
There's no meat in there. And Eric, I love this testimony. Eric, coming from a guy who thinks they're Bigfoot in Clearfield County, and he's praising your cooking. Honestly.
How many times have you been to Clearfield County?
We know things, mister.
Yeah. How many times have you been to Clearfield, Bruce? 3?
About 3 or 4 times within there.
Okay, and one you were taking pictures of twigs.
No.
Another time you were running around in the woods looking for something that wasn't there.
No.
And the third time you broke a chair?
No, Dave comes upon some dead ball, and because he believes that it might have been a stick formation, he instructs you to take a picture of this dead ball, okay?
Well,
now,
he probably told you to do that for shits and giggles.
Right.
Yeah, he did.
He wanted to keep you preoccupied.
Yeah, so that's the extent of what goes on in Clearfield County.
Well, we also, the night we had a large group outing up there. This is actually in the film. Is 2 people had an experience of one coming up on the cars. If Eric, you remember that night?
Yeah, actually, they were new members.
And both of them claimed that there was something there near the cars walking heavily. I'll let Eric tell the story because I don't remember all the details to it. But.
Yeah, Eric's good at telling stories. Eric.
Okay, Bruce. You just sit in the corner and be quiet, though. All right.
On his blow-up
actually,
furniture.
Carrie could probably tell the story better than I can because she was actually in the truck behind the 2 folks that had their experience. So, Carrie, do you want to tell it?
Well, yes, I would love to tell it.
Oh, great, Carrie.
Oh, my God.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and tell it then. We had
Sorry.
Okay,
no,
go ahead, Carrie. You're
I'll
back.
tell it. Thank you. Yeah, we had it. It was chilly that night, so I was home base in the truck. I had my two kids that are members of the PBS. We were in the truck being home base, and we were there with the witnesses who were in their van behind us. And we had a fire in the front, and it was about to go out, and we went, and sat in our vehicles. The boys fell asleep in the back seat, and it was real calm and quiet, and the fire was about out. It was about 1 a.m, and all of a sudden I heard, like, something huge come right by my vehicle, and at first I was so, like, startled because at first the witnesses were out and making all kinds of racket outside their van, and I'm like, what the heck are they doing? And I heard her scream, and I thought, well, they're out here, having fun together. I don't think this is the best time. But here he got in his walkie-talkie, and he's like, it's right there. And then I thought he was talking to Eric's group or Dave's group. We had groups of researchers out in the area. And I thought he was talking to Dave's group, and I'm like, Dave, get a picture of it. And then that's when I heard something huge went right beside the truck. So we have a moonroof, and it was open, so I got my camera and flashlight because the witness, he was like, I'm talking to you, Carrie. It's right by you. And that's why his wife was screaming and making racket. And I got up and through the moonroof, and I looked around with my flashlight and everything. I didn't see anything, but I heard something huge. It was unnerving, but it was so exciting at the same time. I was hoping to get something.
What do you mean you heard something huge, Carrie? What did you hear?
It sounded like something really heavy and big was just like going right beside my truck, right on the passenger side. I was on the driver's side. And the fire was like almost completely out, and I believe that curiosity from these creatures bring them in when it comes to fires and things. We've had other people stay up there, and they claim that they had something that they saw huge come out and actually throw logs back on their fire while they're in their tent, and they were real spooked. And they won't. These men from this other group won't even go back out there. They got so spooked. But whatever it was huge, and like just hearing it go past the truck, I was, and then that's all that happened. But I'll never forget it. It was really, and I mean we tried to find prints and everything, but we didn't find anything but some seashells.
Is this in the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, and we found out that here the lady, the man and woman witness, here she was going, and she was actually squatting by her vehicle, taking a pee, and that's why she was screaming, and that's why I heard like a lot of racket, so that's what happened. So it was very interesting. It's too bad I didn't get to see anything, and they saw something, coming their way, but they felt it. I don't think they saw anything, did they, Ryan or Eric?
What did Dave see?
Well, Dave didn't see anything, but I'm talking about the witnesses. I don't know which one of you guys, Ryan or Eric, do you know if they saw anything? I can't remember.
Well, from what I remember, she didn't see anything. She heard it walk up behind her, and that's when she freaked out, started screaming, and jumped in the truck. And the guy was out in front of his truck smoking a cigarette, and he turned around as this thing walked away and put the flashlight in that direction, but didn't see this thing that apparently had walked too far into the woods and disappeared. But what I thought was interesting was as they were radioing us to come back to them, and we were coming back, Dave stopped because he heard something walking through the woods, and Ron stopped with his FLIR and said he had saw some eye shine, what he thought was eye shine, looking back at him through the brush. And they both stopped, which was peculiar because, we didn't know what direction this thing was going or where it was going to. And they both stopped immediately, and they both heard it going in the same direction or saw the eye shine in the same direction that each other knew that it was going. And I thought that was kind of interesting. But I felt bad for the gentleman because he was so shaken up by what he experienced. As he was trying to point in the direction that the thing, whatever it was, walked off, he was physically shaking and couldn't hold his hand still to point in that direction. It was almost like he was having a seizure. He was shaking so badly. And the next night, they decided to come out in the woods with us again, and they only stayed out there for about 10 minutes and couldn't take any more and had to leave. So something definitely spooked that couple that was out with us that night.
Yeah, they were really shooken up by it, definitely. They did, yeah, they left right after that happened. They didn't stick around. She said we were all crazy, remember?
Mm-hmm.
They're very nice people. She was looking mostly at me when she said that. She was looking at Dave mostly.
So no one actually saw anything, basically.
No, basically we all just heard things, and except for whatever eye shine, that Dave had seen and Ron had seen on his FLIR. He had seen something with his FLIR, by the sounds of what Eric just said. But Dave, did you see anything?
No.
I wouldn't trust anything Dave saw. I've seen better eyes on a potato.
Oh my gosh! All right. Well, we do have a question from the chat room for Ryan. Ramble One wants to know if Ryan has seen Bigfoot or gotten any recordings or seen anything at all.
I've never seen a Bigfoot. Through the whole shoot of the documentary, I mean, we came across footprints, wood stackings. I've heard knocks. We didn't get any, I never got any sounds, any howlings or yells. But I like to think to this day I'm still a hopeful believer. Kind of like Dave and Eric. We're all hopeful believers. I mean, we believe that there is something out there, but until we see one, we'll never fully believe.
Yeah.
I believe my hair will grow back sometime, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too, Dave. I believe it could.
It's growing out of his chin. It reversed.
Yeah, it's like a chia pet gone wrong.
It's not a chia pet.
Ryan, what's your next movie?
I'm doing Aliens next.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
let's hear about that because Pennsylvania is good for UFOs too.
I'm going to kind of shoot it the same way I did this one, kind of documentary with a story that we're kind of getting more information on. That's about all I can tell you.
Okay, cool.
Well, that's the lamest synopsis I've ever heard.
It's a work in progress, Bruce. Kind of like you're growing.
Ryan, you can't even say like what you're working on. I mean, just that's all you're gonna say.
Aliens.
We're working on abductions and aliens.
I know. Is it based on any specific famous abduction?
Not a famous one, but Pennsylvania stories, yes.
Okay, can you expand on that a little bit?
No. He
don't want nobody stealing his idea, Bruce.
Yeah, I don't think he's got anything to worry about.
Ryan.
Yes.
What do you think the sound was when we were out researching and we were looking for buried treasure, and we heard that weird noise in the 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
So it's probably the sound of boredom.
We heard several yells, which we had those analyzed, and to this day, no one can figure out what those are. They can't be coyotes, and they can't be elk, because where the location we were in, we can't explain it to this day. And how many of those did we hear? We heard 5 back and forth.
Yeah, at least.
These yells. Yeah. But, of course, I didn't get any. Well, we did get some of it on tape, but it was after we were done shooting, and I was already done editing, I think. So that never made it into the movie.
Yeah, but, that was chilling. I mean, and it was we had hiked for, we were out there for 4 hours walking.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, and Stan had felt like something was following him where he was. He wasn't with us at the time, but he wasn't real far from us. But we all heard it from the directions that we were. And we had our walkie-talkies, and we were like, "Did you do that?" And no, did you? And then we started taping, and my son got it on tape, but like you said, the film was over and you were done with it, but. That was so. I think we heard a Sasquatch that night or that day. It was really amazing, that sound we heard.
Well,
we heard one yell, and then it would yell. Another one would yell. So it was weird. There was a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie, I've been out in the woods for hours with your husband as well, and that's how I discovered he does not have any sense of direction.
Yeah, I think we were lost, weren't we, Ryan?
We're always lost, but we know the North Star. We know the way of the North Star.
We always decide who's going to get eaten first.
Yeah, those kids of yours should be dead 100 times by now.
I know. God love them. Hey, we have fun. That's all that matters. We all have fun together. So
that's right.
It's a good time. But I'm excited about the movie. So I just want to remind you of that because I think you did hear a Sasquatch.
I totally forgot about that because I think it was months later after we were done filming, and we were just out working on some other projects, and it was the middle of the day, and we heard these yells that to this day don't fit any animal categories that we looked into.
Yeah, and it sounded like the Ohio howl is what it sounded like to us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ryan, do you plan any wide distribution of the movie on DVD, or is it just kind of, what you'll have for sale at the premiere?
Actually, they're available online. I have a distributioner that will replicate them and ship them right to you. So right now I'm just kind of keeping it in-house. It will be online probably before Christmas, so you can actually download it and buy it that way. So I'm kind of just keeping it in-house right now as much as I can.
So that should be a welcome stocking stuffer.
Oh, absolutely.
The DVD of Search for Frank Peterson. Or better known as Dave Rupert wandering around the woods for 90 minutes.
It's a good time.
Remember,
way,
I had my tight pants on, so it'd be fun to watch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a good time, either way.
Alrighty then. So
and just for the record, I was not around when that filming took place.
I wouldn't admit to it either, Eric.
Well, he kept on saying, "Hey, Dave, are them new pants?"
If anybody wants to get a copy of the DVD, there's a couple places they can go to right now. The Legend Hunters website, which is legendhunters.org, or they can go to the Mountain Devil movie website, which is mountaindevilthemovie.weebly.com, and there's a link that takes you right to the Legend Hunters page to order it. They did go on sale today, Ryan, correct?
Yep, today was the big day.
And I think
so if you can't make the premiere, then you can get one online.
There's a link to it on the RottenTomatoes.com website.
Already?
God. Oh wow. Well, I hope you have a good turnout. You've got most of the seats sold, from my understanding. So, if anybody wants to get out there, they might want to think about reserving now, getting the tickets.
Yeah, I was actually asked to call today to find out if somebody had their tickets reserved, and while I was talking to the woman on the phone, making sure that certain tickets were reserved for certain people, she said to let everybody know to get their tickets as quickly as possible, because there is a fire code that they can't allow more than 192 people in that building, and I'll just less than, I think she said 100 tickets left, and they're going really quick. She had like 10 to 15 people call today to reserve tickets, so they're going really, really fast.
Okay.
Wow, that's great.
That'll be good.
That sounds like it'll be a great premiere. Now, you guys will be there to autograph the DVDs?
Well, of course, and Dave Rupert's beard.
Yeah.
I'll even pull a strand out for $5.
Yeah,
Dave, I don't think anyone wants any DNA from you.
It's good DNA.
It is good DNA.
Dave, if you pull any strands out, you might want to put them up on the top of your head.
Yeah.
I've seen Dave with hair, and you don't want to see him with hair.
I have too. I've seen old pictures
hours.
of Dave.
Yes. Pictures of Dave with hair is bad.
Yeah. Yes, I got to agree. It don't look right.
No.
I saw Dave with his mullet.
The mullet just didn't work.
It was kind of like seeing Brian Seach in that prom picture. Did you ever see that whenever he looked like the...
Wow.
What was that, the big fro he had going on up there or something like that?
Get out of
was
here.
Wedding pictures.
Yeah, that's what it was, wedding pictures.
That was his wedding picture.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I did see that. I know exactly what you're talking about. I thought it was a pop picture too.
I can't remember the name of the two cops that rode around in that. Oh crap! Now I forgot the name of it. It reminded me of like a '60s cop movie.
Like
Maybe
Night Patrol.
Like
Night Patrol.
Starsky and Hutch?
What's that?
Was it like Starsky and Hutch?
Yeah, Starsky and Hutch. That's it exactly. I even called him up. I remember that. I called him up as soon as he posted. I said, "Is that Starsky and Hutch stuff?"
Oh wow. Well, I think we've damaged your movie enough tonight, Ryan.
That's all right. It's just 3 years of my life. It's okay.
Yeah.
Ain't that sad? 3 years of his life was boiled down to an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was spent with us.
Yeah. God, I need
I tell you what, me and Altman worked hard for that movie. I mean, the first time I ever met Ryan, we was in the middle of a rain, or it was this middle of a storm, and I was sick and hacking up a lung, and Altman, he didn't look good at the time. I don't know what was wrong with him.
Did he
I
ever?
never look good. What you talking about?
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
you guys give Ryan all the credit for working hard on this. I tell you what, the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Society worked equally as hard on this movie.
Oh, you got to give Legend Hunters credit too, buddy. You guys were out there too.
Yeah, but we were just taking it easy.
I'll tell you what, in all sincerity and all honesty, this was a blast to do because it wasn't work for me, and I know it wasn't work for Dave and Ryan. We had fun with this. We went out in the woods and we just do what we do. We goof around. We have fun. We look for Bigfoot. We look to try to find evidence. And Ryan had a camera along with him, and he filmed us what we were doing. And
avoid Bruce. I mean, don't leave that out.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh, so Bruce is in the movie?
Oh,
I'm
no,
not in the
we
movie.
avoided him.
Oh, man.
I never had the chance to shoot with Bruce. Yeah, I think we were pretty much done by the time. Well, Bruce.
Well, didn't we go
never
looking for
Clearfield.
hobbits one time and just didn't have any luck?
We found the ring. We threw it. We said, "Screw the precious."
Well, I hope you got a shot of Dave's dwarvish axe in the movie that he carries around.
We're not getting that, Bruce.
Well, you gotta watch Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit to understand.
You know what that movie is? It's 20 hours of people walking, and they throw a ring into whatever, a pit, a volcano. I don't know. I didn't watch it. But it's nothing but people walking.
It had a budget. We don't watch that kind of movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are some expensive. You start adding all them special effects to a movie, it adds up quick.
Oh, very quickly. Oh.
Yeah. So.
Even low budget, it's not cheap.
No.
No.
All right. Well, go ahead and tell everybody one more time, Ryan, where they can go and see this premiere.
Well, actually, there was a question, Ryan. How can people get a signed copy of the DVD? People who have better things to do. I mean, can't make it to the premiere.
If they order them, that they still come with the poster flyer, which I'll sign those. So either way, they get a signature.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, and they can get that at the website?
Yes, www.legendhunters.org.
Okay.
And when they ship out, I sign one, and it goes with it.
All right. Very good.
Oh,
very good.
Could I add one more thing in there? Is a swatch of my tight pants will be added into each DVD cover.
Mm-hmm. We're cutting small pieces of his pants and putting them in the DVD sleeve.
Good.
A swatch. We got to call it swatch.
Swatch, yeah.
And a strand of goat hair.
Yeah. It's
Ramble 1 actually asked for that, so we are going to make sure that their copy has a swatch of my pants.
That's awesome, because you know what? I love the Rambo movies, so kudos to that guy for naming Rambo his ID thing.
No,
Rambo.
Rambo.
Oh, my bad. I thought you said Rambo.
Like
Never
what
mind now.
Dave does. Like what Dave does when we try to interview him, he rambles on.
Oh, gosh.
That happens. Don't feed the grandma beer.
Yeah, I don't know why I call into this show. Every time I do, I get gas, I get irritated, and I got a rash. It starts right up on one side. I call it Bruce.
Yeah, I call it the bad symptoms of your wife's cooking.
It could be that.
Oh, man. Poor Carrie. I think she takes more abuse than Rupert does.
Depends.
Billy, you never had any of her cooking.
I already told you she made me a sandwich out of the.
Billy,
it was a good sandwich, wasn't it, Billy?
It was a good sandwich.
It was a good sandwich. You can't beat those sandwiches.
I know.
Billy,
there wasn't nothing wrong with it.
Slapping the bologna between two pieces of bread is not cooking, okay? That's assembling.
It was the thought that went into that sandwich.
That's right.
That makes it good.
She brought me a ham sandwich and some burritos.
Anything that she cooks or assembles, she puts a lot of love into it.
Yeah, but instead of love, she should try some seasoning.
Yeah, Rupert, you can get that in the seasonal aisle.
Very funny, Billy.
That went right over Bruce's head.
Oh, had to do it.
Now, Bruce, are you gonna let me show the film in Ohio when you do the conference?
Yeah, sure. We can have a special 3 a.m. showing.
Oh, you're so gracious. Can you move it to 4? That'd be so much better.
Hey, I know of another conference down there at the in Ohio that we could take it to.
What's that, Dave? I bet you more people go to that one, don't they?
What's that guy's name that runs that?
I don't know. We'll have to look it up, Dave.
I think it was like Matt Moneymaker.
Oh, wow.
I bet you they don't cry if you dump beer on the little stuffed animals in the Hobbit shop.
We only do that at Creature Weekend.
Oh, that's right.
We got to act professional at the other one.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, good luck with that, Dave.
So Abe wants to know if Ryan's going to be selling copies of it during Creature Weekend.
Only if Bruce lets me come this year after last year's incident.
It was so horrible. We leave the conference, and on my way out of the conference, this guy that I do not know, and he's from, California, he looks at me and he says,
Washington.
Whatever. He looks at me and says, Rupert, your group's getting a bad name. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, they're getting a bad name. One of them gets picked up for speeding outside the park. The other one is drunk. They're all drunk. Like that. I said, hey, whatever.
Guess who was drunk? This guy right here.
Who has 2 thumbs?
That's right, this guy.
Yeah, so, hey, Ryan, hopefully next year we won't have another incident with Martini Cavalline, okay?
That's fine.
All right.
That's fine. As long as you let me show the movie at 4 in the morning. It's only fair.
Wow.
Well, it sounds like a good time. I wish you guys the best of luck at the premiere. So take plenty of pictures. And
thanks, Bruce. Good luck with your play this with you being in the Christmas Carol this year as Tiny Tim. I think it will work well for you.
Hey, Bruce, let's hear the line. And God bless us, everyone.
Billy.
Wow.
Is this train wreck of an interview over yet?
Good God. Yeah, we're definitely over our hour, that's for sure.
Thanks, Bruce. I appreciate it. I wish you could come, though. I wish you guys could come, but, we'll hit up at another convention time.
There wasn't a seat small enough.
Or durable enough.
I thought they said there's high chairs in the back room.
We could have set encyclopedias underneath them.
I'm surprised, really, that you guys pick on me so much. I say such nice things about you guys all the time on the radio.
Every Wednesday morning on my way to work, I listen to the show.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Altman, does he ever say anything good about us?
No.
Wait a minute. All right, so let me clear the air right now. I want you to know that I have only the utmost respect for you, Eric. Really, I mean,
that's funny.
Yeah, have I made comments about your research methodology, or have I cast aspersions on your choice of research areas? Yeah, sure I have. And even on occasion, I may have, suggested that you have effeminate mannerisms and homosexual tendencies. But you know what? When it comes down to it, I just want you to know I say those things out of the utmost respect for you, Eric.
Yeah.
Do you feel the love, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel Frodo wanting to hump my leg.
Ryan, I got to add one more thing. Is Ramble wants us also to throw one of Carrie's recipes into the DVD.
Okay. There's so many to pick from.
Yeah, and you get a free coupon for a stomach pump down at the Reynoldsville Hospital.
It depends how much you drink. I don't know. It's really up to you.
Is there any hospitals in Clearfield County?
Yes, it's a block away, so we're all good.
Where is the hospital in Clearfield County?
It's up on the hill, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the back of that restaurant where you guys are having your after party.
Oh, man. Okay, I think we've damaged it enough.
Oh, I think we could keep talking. I think we could do a lot worse than what we've already done.
We're just warming up.
Thanks. Hey, guys, thanks for coming on the show, and good night, everyone.
Good night, Tiny Tim.
But yeah, seriously, Ryan, I hope you get a good turnout out there, and you guys enjoy that. I wish I could up there. I can't make it though.
I appreciate it, Billy. Thank you for the support. You too, Bruce. I appreciate the support.
Yeah, no, I wish you guys the best. Best of luck out there, and like I said, take a lot of pictures. I'm sure it'll be a great event.
I think we're having
for sure.
Photographer on hand. There's quite a few people that are going to be taking pictures, so it should be good. I think we're going to videotape it too, so at least some people can see the highlights.
Where will
before we go, Ryan?
Where are you going to put the pictures up on Legend Hunters?
All Facebook, probably Legend Hunters website and the Legend Hunters Facebook page.
All right.
Before we go, guys, just to let you know, Ryan's been working pretty hard to secure some other locations. So if you can't make the premiere in Clearfield, there will be other premieres being shown around Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Maybe I can make it one of the dealers.
We're trying to get one near Philly, so we have one in Indiana set up and one almost ready in Pittsburgh. So, I mean, little by little, we're getting other locations.
You got anything close to Gettysburg area?
Actually, I was working on one towards Williamsport. I don't know how much. It's about halfway in the state.
Okay.
Indiana, I don't know how far that is from here.
There might be one at Pitzer's as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in for that one.
All right. Well, we know why Bruce is into that one. That way he can eat that big steak while he's watching the movie.
Maybe we ought to just think about not having the Pitzer one, being that Bruce might come to that one.
Good idea, Dave.
Son of a...
Some bitch.
So Ryan, where in Indiana were you thinking of having that premiere? Who's Your BF was asking in the chat room.
The Indiana, there's a theater right on Main Street, Indiana. It's right on Philadelphia Street. It's the main drag there.
Oh, so you don't mean the state of Indiana?
No. Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Indiana, Pennsylvania. All right. So, who's your BF can sigh a breath of relief?
I'm sorry, what's that? What?
they can rest easy now that they know that you're not coming to Indiana.
Well, I'll try to get out there. It's, a little bit of a drive, that's all. Maybe I can use your jet, Bruce.
Yeah. Ramble 1 wants to know if Ryan has seen Skookum the movie.
No, I've never seen that one. I'll have to put that in my cube. My Netflix cube.
I can't remember if I watched that one or not.
What I really want to do is go out to Ohio and meet, who's the guy that takes all the pictures of the Bigfoots and claims every photo he takes has a Bigfoot in it? Eric, what's that guy's name? They did a documentary on them. Yeah, I just want to go out and hand him I just want to drive out there and hand him a copy of my movie.
Give it to him for free?
Well, no, but, I mean, he's been such a supporter of the film. He always looks that he likes it, so, I mean, that's the least I can do is drive out and give him a copy.
Gotcha.
We'll
for
film it,
$20.
call it not your typical gift.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, wow. All right, well, thanks, guys. Eric, thank you for calling in. Ryan, thank you for calling in. Rupert, well, you know how it is.
I know.
I figured, Bruce has been picking on you. I got to throw one in there somewhere.
I appreciate it, Billy. I've been holding back all this time.
Thank you guys for having us on. Thanks for the support. We appreciate it.
Oh, not a problem. All right. Bruce, do you got anything else to add tonight before we end the show?
No.
God bless us,
but
everyone.
Are they still on the line, Billy?
Yeah, they're still on the line. You want me to get rid of them?
Yeah, let's get rid of them.
Aw.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night, guys.
See you guys.
All right. I think you're safe now.
That was Billy, that was a train wreck.
It was fun. Got a lot of laughs.
No, they're a fun group of guys. So they're good. They're good sports. We always joke and kid with each other.
Yeah. Nobody gets mad and cries over spilled milk. So before we go off, I do want to put in a little bit of an advertisement plug. I want to remind everyone that this coming year, 2014, the dates for Creature Weekend is May 16th through the 18th, 2014. So you want to keep that in mind. It's going to be a great event. May 16th through the 18th, 2014. Details about the event will be going up. We'll just say soon. We'll just leave it at that. But
it's going to be a great event. It just keeps getting better and better every year, Billy.
That's for sure. And the only way you'll know is to be there. So.
And it's for the people who went last year. I mean, they could probably confirm this. It's more the same sort of. It's a lot of fun. We try to make it not boring for the attendees. So it's lively. There's a lot of banter that goes on. I believe last year you guys presented me with a memento of the previous year, the picture of me with everyone had their back turned when I was taking that picture.
Yep.
That was the infamous prank you guys pulled on me when I went to take a group picture, and I set the timer on the camera. I ran down, and everyone turned their back. So the picture is me looking at the camera, and everyone else had their back to the camera.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was you guys are a laugh a minute, Billy.
Yes, it was fun. It was fun. So, let's see. I can't think of anything else. Everybody,
logo.
Yep. other than the logo. Definitely give us some comments. Best place to do that. Soon we're going to have a website. Sasquatch Watch Radio is going to have its own dedicated website, which will be, it's not active yet, but it will be www.sasquatchwatchradio.com. And it'll have a player on there, so that if you don't, or at least we're going to try to put a player on it where if you don't want to go to Blog Talk directly, you can get right on the website and listen to the show. It'll also have all the archive shows in a section to make it a little easier to find. So be looking forward to that. That'll probably come here within the next several weeks. And that's about it. We just like to hear some comments about the logo or anything like that. And then also on the new website, we're going to have an area where you can log into the website and you can give us suggestions on the show. Give us suggestions of who you'd like us to try to get as a guest. Things you like about the show, things you don't like about the show. That way we know what our listeners want to hear. So be looking forward to that here within the next several weeks. We'll have that website up and going, and I'll make an announcement when it's up and going. So, can you think of anything else, Bruce?
I think that's it for now, Billy.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody tune in with us again next week, next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, and we'll have another great show for you then. And until then, everybody have a great week.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Sasquatch Watch Radio. Remember to join us again next Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We appreciate every one of our listeners. Thank you so much for being here.
What if you could have a career where the opportunities are as vast as our nation, where it's not about mission statements, but a shared mission? At U.S. Customs and Border Protection, we go beyond to protect more than borders. From ship to shore, air to ground, cities to local communities, CBP agents and officers are keeping people safe. Join U.S. Customs and Border Protection and go beyond for something far greater than yourself. Learn more at cbp.gov/careers.
Ever feel judged at the gym?
You don't know how to use the leg curl machine? Are you serious? Is this your first day alive? No, it's okay. I love helping people during their first day on Earth.
At Planet Fitness, get energy without the judgment and join the judgment-free zone. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Get energized today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, February 16th. See Home Club for details.